Okay, that was a pretty big defeat.
Yes, absolutely. I think they got above par score there. They batted well and got a good partnership to start, and then they've got a lot of depth in their batting. So we were going to get under pressure at the back end. But I thought they batted very well. Only had 28 dots, so they're scoring off 92 balls, which is a lot. And 194 is a lot of runs. It's about par score.
It's you needed some of your top order to fire, and they didn't quite come off.
Yeah, it gets tricky when you're chasing a big total and then lost 3 wickets in a row just around the power play, back into the power play. And then, when you guys going in, they've got to take chances, the run rate's going up, and then once it gets beyond 12 here, it gets very difficult. You got to keep going, and we lost a lot of wickets in rapid succession, and trying to keep up with that rate, and we got it in trouble, and then we rolled out a long way behind, so it was a bad defeat.
Yeah, they're a pretty good bowling attack, aren't they? They're sort of at you all the time.
Yeah, and they bat deep as well, and they you kind of needed to them. You needed to get a few wickets up front, and you didn't quite get that, and found it was a difficult night for us.
The two South Africans, of course, there's so much talk about them, but Pretorius got going and then got out for 28, Brevis 16. You needed something big from them, didn't you?
Not only them. They are overseas and they're good players, and they've shown it so far. It just wasn't our night. We needed other guys to step up as well and get partnerships going. We can't lose 3 wickets in a row and still keep up with that rate. That puts you under pressure. They seem to get bigger partnerships and still score at a decent rate, and then had wickets in hand at the end. So they played a really good innings, and we needed to match that. Their bowling was good. It seemed to quicken up under the lights. I know we won the toss and we decided to chase, thinking it would get better and it might slicken up. The outfield it would be a bit faster under lights, but I think they bowled really well and kept their lengths really well. I think our execution with the ball wasn't quite where it needed to be, and gave them a few gifts which you can't do at this level. So we were chasing a par score, as I said earlier, and we did really get the partnerships to chase it down.
After a strong start, 3 wins, it's 2 defeats and a tie. It's just slightly gone the other way, isn't it?
It is. We're probably in the pack now. I haven't looked at the table, but I suppose we in the mix there. Just probably at about 6 or 7, somewhere there. There's a lot of games left, and you can get on a roll, and we can. I think we got a good side here. We recruited well with the 2 overseas, and they're only here for another 2 games, but we've had to mix and match for another 2 overseas to come in for the back 6, where it will get, there'll be a run in for the last 4 places. I think we are a good side, and hopefully we can compete and get through to those last 4 places.
Expected a run fest down at Taunton on Thursday.
Looks like it. The last few games have gone over 200 by quite some distance, but I'm looking forward to that. They're obviously a very good side there, but they very, very nearly were lost to Middlesex. Probably should have, if Middlesex had caught their catches, and they've just lost now. So they've had the first defeat. Hopefully we can inflict a second defeat on them.
And you mentioned that your 2 South Africans are only around for the next couple of games. Has that caused a bit of a headache in trying to find other players to replace them? And if so, where are you at with that? Can you tell us?
We're quite a long way down the line with getting suitable replacements. So I don't think we're ready to announce it yet. I don't think it's quite there, but we have got 2 replacements for them, and decent replacements at that. It's just disappointing that these 2 have now been selected for South Africa, but credit to them. They've been good performers over the last few months and deserve their place in the Test team. So hats off to them, and you've got to sort of balance the team in another way. So we're having to think on our feet a little bit this year.
Would, if the opportunity arises and you get through qualification, would they be back Pretorius side?
Well, potentially they could, but South Africa are playing England in a white ball series in September. So Claessen's just given up or retired from international cricket. You would think that Brevis might take his spot in the Protea liner. He's highly thought of in South Africa. Rwanda, I'm not so sure. There seem to be quite a lot of top order batters. So he might not make it, but he would be eligible for us. And the two guys coming in would also be eligible for us. And we also had Bjorn Fortuin come for Dawson's 3 matches that he missed. So, we will have options. I'm not sure that Bjorn will be in the South African team, but he's a good replacement for Dawes if Dawes gets picked. We've got to think of that as well.